Imagine being 15 years old and scoring your first professional goal. For Mason Melia, he didn't have to even imagine this as he burst onto the scene for St. Patrick's Athletic in Ireland. And now there's plenty of rumours going around that Arsenal are really in for this guy. And I just thought, let me look into him. Let me see what he's about. And I thought, damn, this is the sort of guy I would like to make a video about because he's really unique in his frame and the way he dribbles. It's just really intriguing for me anyway, to look at and analyse. As always, guys, as you're watching this video, please smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you're new, and turn on those notifications. It will really help me out. And as always, my membership is in my bio if you want to be seeing these videos earlier than everybody else, or you just want to help the channel out. But without further ado, let's talk about this kid. And I'm going to start, if you guys have watched my video, you know what I'm going to go on about, and it's about his ball striking ability. I mean, for a 16-year-old he is now, it's absolutely ridiculous. He should not be striking a ball the way he does. The technique he has, the way he's able to just get his body and wrap it around the ball is such a unique way. I've never really seen a player strike the ball in the way he does, but it's really fascinating for me. And many of the tacticals have actually likened to the way he plays to a certain Luis Suarez, and if that isn't a big enough compliment to how good he is, then I don't know what is. This guy, no new thing. So he is pretty good for and pretty big for a 16-year-old, and displays Suarez-ish traits in terms of roaming, receiving, and eliminating to get into the box. This may be seem like gibberish, but I assure you it is not, because the way he kind of gets himself into the box, he's very bullish, and you want that from your striker. We don't see it enough from centre forwards these days. The knack of getting into the box by whatever is needed. If you want to be physical, they'll get into the box by doing that. If they want to use their pace, they can get into the box by that. But from watching him on the eye, what I like from Melia is just how the way he gets away from players. You know, you strikers, you know, we don't have many strikers with the ability to run past players, to have the skill that he has. It's just really unique. And for his frame, he's such a tall lad. I think he's around 6'2". Just the way he collects the ball and drives past players is really unique. He then also poses that threat in the air. And of course, his work rate is absolutely ridiculous as well. We're just talking about a 16-year-old. I know sometimes when I'm looking at these players, I just can't believe how young they are. They play with such maturity, such strength, such things that you would expect from such much more like mature sort of players. But Melia is playing way above his years, and there's no surprise that we're interested in him. Brighton are interested in him, Newcastle are interested in him, City and United, all the big clubs in England want him. And I think it's because he is currently not allowed to leave before he turns 18 or 17. I'm not sure about the specific rules, but there's going to be a battle for this kid. I'm just going to tell you that now. He's sort of a perfect razor for us specifically at Arsenal. We've now entered what I like to call phase 4 of the Arteta project, where you want to pick up these players when they're young and you want to bring them up and start developing them. You want to have players in your academy that you know are going to make the first team. Phil Foden at Manchester City is an example of a player that has been in the academy from a very, very young age, and they just knew that he was going to make it at City. City have made a lot of signings from other clubs as well to come into their academy, and we often see them either make profit from them or they get a bit of first team football. So it's a win-win situation if you get these youngsters, and that is the Arteta mold. This is where we're going now. We're starting to now see if we can be a sustainable football club. I can already see a lot of the comments saying, what about Chidi Martin? What about Mika Bierif? What about Keon Edwards? These are all top strikers, but in academy football, you've got to take risks. If you see a talent, you've got to bring them in. And as I've said previously in this video, I've said Mason Melia is one of those talents you've just got to get in. No matter what the options you have in the number 9 position, this guy is tailor-made for first team football, and some of the balls he sprays across the pitch, as you're seeing in these clips, is Harry Kane-esque. We've seen Evan Ferguson at Brighton, and just seeing the sort of money that's being said he'll cost, around 70+ million, somebody who hasn't really established himself in the Premier League. This is where you get them. You get these talents when they're young, when they're fresh, when they want to learn, and you can mold them into those 100 million players. The Brighton model isn't that hard to follow. We were just not in a position as a club to be spending money on academy talents, and I'm just really excited we finally got there. Mason Melia would be an absolutely statement signing, and I've said getting those ready-made players is great, But these academy boys, it's just something special about bringing them when they're young, when they're feisty, and then trying to see them develop into mature, fantastic footballers. To end the video, I just want to show you the sort of strengths of Mason Melia from footballscout.net. Some really eye-opening sort of stats, the sort of things that he's really strong at. So you've got his finishing, instinctive play, which was really impressive in the clips. I'm not sure if you've seen how quick he gets his shots off, how quick his brain thinks for the next action. His technique as well is at such a high level, and his athleticism as well. You want a strikers to have in behind threat, but also the ability to come to feet and hold the ball up. And there's many times in those clips where Mason has collected the ball with defenders on his backside and he's been able to navigate it really well. There was a game for Ireland in which he played against Belgium. The Belgian defence could not deal with him. It was a youth game, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a striker who's bullyish. You want to see a striker who's got technical ability. All of these traits, you wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal signed a striker like this for the first team. So it's good to see that we're following the same philosophy at every single level. Anyway, that's it for now, Gunners. Hope you've enjoyed another video. What do you think about this kid, Mason Melia? I think he's going to be a top player. You can see the fundamentals are there for him. And let's just see what happens. I think we should and hopefully will get this boy. So without further ado, peace.